All right, y'all, I'm back. Let's get it. It's going to be the last meal for the day. I decided to go ahead and make the chicken and dumplings for dinner. So I'm going to clean these hands up and we're going to get right to it. What you guys will need for these delicious chicken and dumplings will be 6 cups of water in a stock pot, 1 cup of spinach, 1 cup of baby carrots, a half of a yellow bell pepper, a half of a orange bell pepper, and 1/2 of a green pepper. I used 1 medium yellow onion, and those are the vegetables that I used. But I also added in a half a cup of mixed vegetables, and in that package there were green beans, carrots, corn, and peas. You can use more vegetables if you like, but that's the amount that I used. And I have, for my meat, I chose to use 4 chicken thighs, bone in, skin on, and I boiled them for approximately 45 minutes in my 6 cups of water, and then I took them out. Deboned them, and skinned them. Skinned them. I didn't season anything yet, so we haven't gotten to that. I want to save that for you guys when I got back on here so that we can walk through this together. So all I did was put on that pot of water with 6 cups of water, added the 4 chicken thighs, bone in, skin on, no seasoning. Once they boiled for 45 minutes, I removed them from the water, added all of the vegetables that I just mentioned. I put all of those in there, and those have been cooking for approximately 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is add that chicken that's been skinned and deboned right back in there. Add that back into my stock pot, and I have that on a medium. I'm going to turn it up to a medium flame so we can get that rolling. I'm going to keep this bowl so I can keep that spoon in there. So now let's get to the seasonings. I'm going to have you guys put in 1 tablespoon of garlic. And this is going to be for the liquid. So we'll get to the dumpling recipe next. But right now we're just focusing on the broth for the chicken and dumplings. I have 1 tablespoon of garlic. I'll go ahead and add that. This is minced garlic. 1 tablespoon. I have a tablespoon and a half of chicken bouillon. Dump that right in there. I have 1/8 of a teaspoon of turmeric, a half a teaspoon of parsley, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and a half a teaspoon of Creole seasoning. Off into the stock pot this goes. Get all that extra garlic off and put it in there. All right. So I have that flame on like a medium flame, but it's not boiling the way that I want it to, so I'm going to turn that flame up a bit. So we have it like right before, let me see what high is. Okay, this is high, but I'm going to turn it down to like a medium high. I'm going to put my lid back on, and then we're going to get started with the ingredients for the dumplings. So what we'll need for the dumplings are, you'll need 3/4 cups of flour. I'm going to dump that in my bowl. You will need a half a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of black pepper, right into that flour. I have 4 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese. Right into that batter, into that flour that I'm going to make into a batter. Hold on, I need all the cheese. I like cheesy stuff. Well, not technically, but you know, like when it comes to food. Then we have the salt. So I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt and 1/4 of a teaspoon of regular iodized table salt. Right into that flour mixture it goes. I have in this bowl 1/8 of a teaspoon of turmeric and a 1/2 teaspoon of dry mustard, ground dry mustard. Get that in there. Now I need a spoon. Let me show y'all what that looks like so I can stir that up. Get that seasoning mixed into that flour really good. Just like that. I'm going to take a peek in this pot and see what's going on. Yes, we are boiling good. You can tell I'm getting tired because I'm stumbling a little bit. That's okay, because once this dinner is done, I'll be able to shower, eat some food, and I'll be able to relax. So we're going to get to it. Last of all, for the dumpling, we'll need 3/4 cups of, you can use whole milk, 2%. I would kind of stay away from like the skim milk. You need something with a little bit of fat. You can use unsweetened almond milk. But I would kind of stay away from like the 1% or the skim milk for this meal. You know, we need a little bit of fat up in there to make these dumplings. So we're going with the 3/4 cups of whole milk. And I'll add my milk in gingerly so that I can get my dumplings to be the consistency that I need them to be. Let me give you guys a good look at that. See how it's starting to lump up? I like that. I need that for my dumplings. This kitchen is smelling really good. I love to smell oregano cooking, oregano, garlic, onions. It smells good in here. It's coming together good. I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of my milk. I believe what I'm gonna wind up doing is adding a little bit more flour, but I'll let you guys know once I get this mixed up in here. I may have to run over to the other side of my kitchen and get some flour. But for right now, I'm just gonna stir this milk in. Let me let you guys see what's going on here. So we're getting this together so that we can make some dumplings. Now this is a little too loose for me, so I'm definitely gonna add some more flour, because I want this to be a little thicker so that I can kind of spoon it out. But for right now, I want all of my salt to break down and my seasonings to get mixed up into this batter. So we'll just keep on stirring. My pot is boiling really good. I'm gonna get me another spoon and go into this pot and give it a nice stir so that my spinach is mixing up well. Let me see here. I'll take you. And we're going to go off into this pot. Oh my goodness. Y'all, smells delicious. Oh my goodness. Smells good. Let me spoon some out so y'all can take a look. Got my carrots. Those are some nice sized carrots too. My cousin gave me those. Cousin, thank you for the carrots. I appreciate you very, very much. That's my cousin Bridget. She gave me carrots. I just want you to know that I'm utilizing them. I'm gonna bang these bad boys. I could add some more spinach to my soup, but I think I'll just chill out and leave it like that. You can never have like too much or too many green leafy vegetables, you know? They're good for us. This smells so good. So yeah, this is going the way that I wanted to. When I put the chicken thighs in there with the bones in and the skin still on, you know, sometimes although I cleaned the thighs really well, there was still a lot of fat that seemed to skim on, just on the top surface of the water, on the broth. And so what I had to do was go through and just skim it off. You know, just take a spoon and go around the perimeter of the broth and just spoon it off. You know, get that fat up out of there. You know, I like the fat on. I boil it like that purposely so that I can get the richness. But sometimes it's like excessive. It's too much. And we don't need that. You know, so I take that off and dump it. You know, and that's what I did. So this is coming together good. I'm going to put my spoon through one of these carrots and see how we're doing on that. Almost, not quite, but I was able to break the carrot, but the carrots are not tender enough for my taste. So I'll let this go ahead and cook. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and add some more spinach in there, y'all. I'll add some more spinach. And while I'm over there getting my spinach, I'm going to go ahead and grab some more flour for this dough. I can tell you right now that I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of flour. It's going to go into this batter. If I need more, I can add more. But for right now, we'll add 4 more tablespoons because this is too loose for what I'm looking for. So give me a second, y'all. I'm going to grab my flour and put some in my measuring cup here. I'll bring enough so even if I don't use it, I can always just discard it. I can always get rid of it. So I am going to grab me some more spinach. It's already cleaned and everything. Grab me some spinach. I need more leaves. Throw me a couple of spinach leaves up in there. Oh man, y'all should see the spinach leaves that I've dropped on the floor. Quite interesting. Okay, now that'll do it. That's about, I've added at least another cup of spinach. I'm sorry y'all about that. That's my refrigerator letting me know that the door is open and I need to close it. Conserve some energy. So all right, yeah. So now that's enough spinach for me, you know. But you can use the desired amount you want to use, or if you don't want to use spinach at all, don't use it. But I'm putting it in my chicken and dumplings because I need that green leafy vegetable in my body to do what it does with all of those good antioxidants. Okay, and I'm gonna put this lid back on this pot, and I'm gonna sprinkle some of my flour into my dumpling batter. That's approximately 2 tablespoons right there. Oh yeah. And it's starting to bind already. Let me show you what I mean by bind. You see how it's changing? The texture is changing. The consistency, not the texture. The consistency is changing. Yeah. So, I'm going in again. I'll add in 2 more tablespoons. That's like 2.5. A little bit more came out than what I anticipated, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Not at all. Oh yeah. Come on, baby. And do what I need you to do. Yes. Yes indeed. Now that's good. Yeah. That is good. I'm gonna go in with that last bit of flour, y'all. Going in with the last bit of flour. So let's say approximately 4.5 tablespoons of flour already. Going in with the last of it. So let's just say we've added an additional 5 tablespoons of flour. Now, if you don't want to use that much flour, what I would suggest is with the 3/4 cups of flour that I initially started with, cut down on the milk. Go in with 1/2 of a cup of milk. And if you need to do any adjustments, then do so. The object is to get the flour thick enough to where we can spoon it off into the broth. I'll be right over to that camera to show you guys what we're looking like. This is so cool. I see the salt and the oregano and everything in there. I like to see that when I'm cooking. I see all of my ingredients. But anything that's like herbed and chunky, any of those vegetables. I smell the Parmesan cheese. So this is what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So I'll let this rest for a second. And let that dough rest. Get my mess over here out of the way. I have another spoon. Okay, so I need that one. Get that out of the way. And this out of the way. I am hopeful that everybody had a pleasant day today. You know, we should all be grateful. We're still in the land of living. You know, I know we go through rough periods and rough times. Nonetheless, God is shedding his good grace on us apparently. So we should be grateful. I know I am. I am. All right. Now y'all see I done made my cornbread already, you know. If you guys need a video with cornbread, then I'll be more than happy to do that. But this is just a pan of cornbread that I made. You know, nothing big, just something to go with the dumplings, you know. It's good to go. I wanted to go ahead and cook that and get it on out of the way. That way I wouldn't have to worry about it, you know, while I'm trying to get my dumplings together. So yep, that's doing good there. So now everything is breaking down the way that I want it to. My chicken thighs have come apart. I like that because I don't want all of the, I kind of pulled the meat apart myself, but then there were still some pieces that were kind of chunky and they're cooking apart, so I like that. Everything is kind of balancing out. It's good to have balance, you know. We need balance when we're cooking foods, you know, balancing the seasonings that we use, the amount of protein that we use, the amount of liquids that we use, and even in life we need balance, you know. We have to deal with so many different things on a daily basis that if you do not find balance and haven't found balance, just kind of off and all over the place, and it kind of causes us to struggle. So if you can find balance, oh my God, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. You know, and one rule that I go by, and I had to learn this the hard way and over the years, to never give more of myself to anybody for whatever reason. I give enough to help. I don't mind helping. I don't mind being a shoulder to cry on. I don't mind being somebody to talk to. I don't mind being a friend. I don't mind being a lover. I don't mind any of those things. I'll do my part. But I never give so much that I take away from me. Because when you take away from yourself because you're bending over backwards for somebody else and you're giving so much of yourself, you're not going to be beneficial for yourself. And number one, that's not living. That's not living life at all. You're not going to be beneficial to yourself, and you damn sure are not going to be beneficial to anybody else. So in order to maintain that balance and gain that balance, or just initiate trying to obtain balance, we need to reserve some for ourselves. Reserve some good stuff for us. Do some kind things for yourself. You know, think of yourself first. If you think of yourself first, you're more prone to be able to help others and be beneficial to others. Some may not agree with that. Some people say, well, no, that's selfish to put yourself first. I disagree. I say put God first, yourself next, and everything else falls in line. You know, it'll line up the way it's supposed to. But you have to reserve enough for yourself, even when you have children, even when you have a husband, even when you have demanding parents or children. Like I said, just reserve enough for yourself, because if you do that, you can enjoy life and also be beneficial to somebody else. So that's just me speaking from my heart. You can take it or leave it. It's not written in stone. And y'all know I love to say that we were all born in free will to make the choices that we want to make. You can abide by it or you don't have to. It's up to you. I choose to because it works for me. All right. Now, back to the chicken and dumplings. So I am going to see if this dumpling mix is ready. Sometimes when I'm cooking, if my dumpling mix is not, if anything that I cook is not up to par, I'm not going to roll with it until I get it right. And what I'm trying to say is that I need a little bit more flour in my batter because I don't like it like this. This is okay, but it's not what I'm looking for. And that's okay because I'm human. So what I'm going to do is go back in and add some more flour. So all I want you guys to do is, as I count as I count the additional amounts of flour that I'm putting in, just you could rewind this video as many times as you need to get this recipe right. So I'm going back in. I'm going to get me some more flour because it needs more flour for my likings. But if you don't like it and you want to roll with this dough like this, by all means, get down with it, get down. But I am going to take this little glass right here, this little glass bowl, and I'm going to get some more flour. Give me 1 second. Here I come, y'all. As you know, when I'm cooking my food, I like for my food to come out right. So I'll keep on, you know, and working my way around. So again, what I've just added now, that's approximately, again, 2.5 tablespoons of flour. And I'm doing that because I need I need this dough to be a certain way. What I'm about to do is stick my hand in here. And yeah, baby, there we go. There we go. I'm going to show y'all. Give me a second. I'm going in again with another half of a tablespoon of flour. Let me show y'all. This is what I need my flour to do. Now, y'all know I usually get down dirty and stick my hands in whatever I'm cooking if I need to. Now, see, that's looking more like what my dumpling dough needs to look like. At first, it was okay, and I thought if I gave it a few minutes to sit that it would be okay. But because I was not pleased, I added more flour. You know, so with these recipes, feel free to adjust. Man, there's nothing set in stone. You know, sometimes you have to readjust. And it's okay. Don't be scared. Do what you have to do. I'm going in with more flour. Not because of the consistency, but because I don't want it to stick on a bowl. Another tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. All right. Now I need to wash my hands for this part. Let's go in and do that sanitation and get this rolling. So, going in, let me dry my hands off really good because the dough, I have my flour set good. Actually, I'm coming out of my rings too. Let's take these right on off because we're getting down with the get down. I'm gonna take my rings off and do what I gotta do. Give me 1 second, you guys. 1 second. All right. So now I'm gonna pick this dough up. See, now my dough is feeling like what I need it to feel like. Just a little sprinkle on there. That's about a teaspoon. So just keep up with what I'm doing, y'all. All right, all right. This is excellent, excellent. Need my dough just like that. Now what I'm about to do is I'm going to use my teaspoon to spoon my dough off into my pan. Little droplets. Bam. Little sprinkle. Not even a teaspoon, just a little sprinkle so that I can cut my dough. Cut my dough. I'm doing teaspoon size balls. Teaspoon size balls. Look at that. Bam. Right up in that pot. Just like that. No big deal, nothing hard. Nothing to it. And we adjust when we need to. That's just life. We do what we have to do. There we go. Nice size. Looks like this amount of dough makes about 20 dumplings. Going in. The dumplings, if you guys will notice that the dumplings are the last part of this soup. And the reason why is because it doesn't take long. Like the dumplings cook in about 5 or 10 minutes. Giving my dough a little bit more sprinkle of flour just so that it comes out of my spoon easily. Just want to come out easily, so let's give it a start. This is one of those meals where, yeah, I am getting down dirty, so I'm going off into that pot. Now, I may not use all of this dough because it may not be necessary. So these are drops of dough. That's what you call it, just drops of dough. I didn't cut any dumplings into squares or anything. I'm just doing drop dough. Right in there. Alright. Alright. A little bit more flour on there. Just a little sprinkle. Just so I can spoon my dough off. Right in there. I'm gonna put it on my fingertips actually. And that way as I put it on my fingertips and then when I spoon it off, bam, see how easy that was? That was so smooth I dropped it. So, but we won't use that dumpling though. We'll just go on to the next one. Go on to the next one. Drop that off in there. Just about got all my dough out. Just about. A little bit more flour on there. Yes, nice, nice, nice. Okay. That's a nice size dumpling. Just a little dump. Nice size dumpling. A little bit more flour. And that's so they won't stick to my fingers. All right, good enough. Let me wash my hands off here. Getting all of this dough off of my hands, off of my fingers. See what we got going on here. Yes. Oh yeah. A few more minutes, you guys. This is looking good. Looking good. Looking good. I'll show you guys shortly. I actually have a little bit. I got like I don't want to waste this, so I'm gonna scrape the spoon. Scrape this spoon. Get that off there. Get my fingers on some more dough. Drop that ball in there. That way I'm not wasting. Get that ball in there. This soup looks good and it smells good, y'all. It really does. Okay. And that's it. Man, it's it. A little dumplings. Bam. Let's get this mess cleaned up real quick. All right. And so now those, like I said, the dumplings, I put them in last because they don't take long to cook. We're gonna give it maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm gonna put this lid back on right now. I'll put this lid on and I'll start getting like my bowl and everything together. Get this off. Okay, get this stuff cleaned up. We will get this cleaned up and get that bowl ready. Smells delicious. Yes, it does. All right. I am going to put my rings back on here. Since I am done, so I'll get those put on while the soup is doing its thing. Wrong finger. It's so funny when I put my rings on, they have to go on certain fingers, or I'll take them off, like they don't feel right. So they're for a certain, hold on, let's see here. There we go. For you and for you, okay. Got them all. Let me give it a quick glance. See what's happening in this pot. Oh yes, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. Look at that. Look at those dumplings. Look at that. Oh. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna go through one of these carrots to make sure that it's tender enough for what I like. You know, before when I went through with my spoon, it wasn't tender enough. Okay, now they're tender enough. Oh yeah. Yes. Not mushy, not too firm, just right. Oh yeah. This looks delicious. Let me cut through one of these dumplings just to see what's going on. I'll get a knife in here just so that I can see what's happening there. See if we're doing on the inside. Yeah. Can y'all see that? See how that dumpling is done on the inside? Yes. This soup, my friends, seems to be done. Seems to be done. So, while that's doing what it does, let me get me a bowl. I'm going to get me a bowl. I'm going to get me a spoon. Oh, I know what else. I'm going to cut me a piece of cornbread. Not a large piece, just a little slither to go along with my chicken and dumplings. So I'll set that right there for now. And let me see what's happening here. It's thickening up really good. Let me see. Can you guys see that? Nice. Nice. The spinach, the green leafy spinach looks good. We need those. Yeah. That chicken is good. It's cooked apart, you know. You know, and not too, and it's not really like, sometimes if you cook chicken too long, it'll shred like too much. This is just right, like for the pieces that I'm looking for. That's just right. Just right. Yeah. So let me get me a drink of water, and then those bad babies, that's getting ready to go in that bowl. Give me a second, y'all. All right. So, I am most grateful that you guys took time out to view my video today. And for any of you guys that have viewed any of my other videos, once again, I am most thankful and most grateful. I want you guys to know that I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the subscribes. Like, I'm most grateful and appreciative. I want you guys to know that. So now I'm going to start spooning out here. Let's start with the vegetables. Give me some of those carrots and some of the spinach. Oh, I see some corn and some peas. Oh, yeah. Yes, look at that. Yellow bell pepper. Some of that, I need some orange bell pepper too. Yes. I won't be eating too much tonight because I had the tea cakes and the ice cream, so I'm okay. You know, not overly hungry or anything like that. Oh yeah. Let me see. Ooh, smells good. Smells good, and I hope that it tastes equally as good, or more. I hope that it tastes better. Give me a couple of dumplings in here. Okay. Y'all know this is hot. You guys know how this is like real hot. So I'm gonna let y'all look in this bowl. Look at that. See that chicken? Look at the yellow bell pepper, the yellow bell pepper, the green spinach, the orange bell pepper. I have a carrot in there. See that carrot? I was able to cut through the carrot. It's not mushy and it's not too tough. It's just right. I'm gonna cut through one of my dumplings. I'm actually getting ready to turn that stove off. Oh, look, there's a string bean. So I have like all of my vegetables in there just about. That I like, I'll say that. Okay. Let that cool a bit. Okay, dumplings, you guys are going off. We don't want no mushy stuff going on here. The steam will, you know, when you're doing something like this and you have like the dumplings in there, you think they need like 2 or 3 more minutes, turn it off, put that lid on, that steam is gonna go ahead and do what it does. It'll finish cooking for you. So let's see here about this broth. Got some spinach on there, some yellow bell pepper, piece of chicken. That's good. That's good, y'all. That is so good. I don't want to pick up a whole dumpling. I'm trying to cut my dumpling, y'all. Here we go. Oh, man. I want me some dumpling. The flavor of this broth is off the chain. It's so good. I'm going to eat me a dumpling with the bell pepper. The broth, I can't believe that broth is good. You know, it's not too thick from the dumplings. It's just right, real brothy. My dumplings are nice and chewy. I can taste the Parmesan and I can taste that oregano off the chain, y'all. Just so good. I want you guys to know that. Just really, really good. Real good. Now, my chicken, remember, I boiled it first. I did not season it. I put it in after I boiled it, took it out, deboned it, skinned it, did everything, and then I added my seasonings, and then I put the chicken in, or either or, however it went. The seasoning was not put in at the very beginning. I put it in this pot towards the end, and that chicken is flavorful. That is my point that I'm trying to make. Now, let me get a little bit of cornbread and dip it in this broth. And let me see what's to it. Ain't nothing like some homemade buttermilk cornbread. Nice and fluffy. If y'all want the recipe for that, I'll give it. It's no problem. That's good. I'm just going to sit that on in there. You can go down there now, okay, because that broth is so darn good. So, let me try my carrot out, y'all. These are like some jumbo baby carrots. Let's see how sweet they are. Just right. As a matter of fact, they're not even sweet. But they taste like carrot, and that's fine with me. It has that nice carroty taste, but not sweet. Y'all, I'm not going to sit up here and eat my whole dinner in front of this camera. But what I am going to do is take another bite. Look, y'all know I'm tired. You see how my speech is. I'm going to take this last bite. And the spinach, y'all. And I said that last bite, but damn, that was before I tasted that bite. So one more bite and one more dumpling. One more for the road. All I got to say is deuces. I will see y'all guys for the next video. Until then, please be safe. Please be kind. Please be loving. Again, deuces.